Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi. So for today my members and I gonna explain about the plantation industry. Basically we have 4 different company for each member just like stated here. The member for this project is me, Puteri INTAN ZAHIRAH binti ZAMRI, Siti NURHIDAYAH binti Badrudin, Siti Nur ALIA NATASHA binti Ali BASHAH and Siti Nur NAGIHAH binti MOHAMAD ROSHIDI. This video is prepared for Sir Azim Izzuddin. So, for today, I'm gonna explain about Kuala Lumpur Kebun Berhad KLK. Basically, KLK is in plantation industry and this company has been in this industry since 1906. Actually, KLK is being listed in Bursa Malaysia and it is the one of the biggest plantation company in Malaysia. KLK is engaged in producing and processing palm products and natural rubber on its plantation. So, does everyone know what is fundamental analysis? So, fundamental analysis is the method used by examining the economy and financial factor. This analysis is totally different with technical analysis. Fundamental analysis has 3 parts, which is economy analysis, industry analysis, and also company analysis. So, this is the historical stock price chart for the Kuala Lumpur Kebun Berhad for 2 years. Based on this chart, we can see that the chart are showing the uptrend for the long-term traders. Next is technical analysis. What is technical analysis? Technical analysis is to identify the pattern of the price. Next is price and volume pattern. Basically, this is the line chart and also the candle chart. Based on the line chart here mean there is the downturn in May 2021 until July 2021, but then in early 2022 until May, the price are increased. So for the trader that want to buy the stock, they can buy it during the downturn as the price are more cheaper. For the candlestick, there are the bullish and bearish trend in it. Basically, bullish trend happened due to increase in price just like happened in early 2022. But bearish happened because of the decreasing in price just like in May 2021. So for the support line, when the price are lower like August 2021, which are RM18, this is the best time for the trader to buy the stock. Besides that, for the resistance line in 3, the price are showing the increment from RM18 to RM23. So the last one is volume. In May 2022, the stock price are increased because of the demand of the product are higher. So basically, the volume also will be higher. Next is technical indicator. The first technical indicator is moving average. Based on the figure, moving average 200 in July until October 2021 showing the bullish market, but after that in June 2022 it turned into the bearish market. Meanwhile, the moving average 50 also showing the same trend with moving average 200. So the second technical indicator is envelope. In March 2022, there is the signal for the trader to sell the stock. It is because the trend are moving upward the envelope. Besides, in July 2022, it shows the signal for trader to buy the stock due to the trend crossing the lower envelope. So the last one is Bollinger Band. In March and May 2022, the price are increased and traders should take the opportunity to buy the stock as the stock have the potential to be more higher in price. Next, we will move to the momentum indicator. The first one is rate of change. When the ROC is negative, it indicates that the price is falling. This happened in May until July 2022. The second momentum is relative strength index. When the indicator reach above 70%, it's mean overbought, which means the trader will buy in the stocks. This happened in March 2022. So the third momentum is MACD. If the indicator move below 0.00%, it's mean it's overflowed. This is the signal for the trader to buy the stock. This happened in July 2022. The fourth momentum is stochastic. When the indicator reach above 80%, it's mean overbought. This is the time for the trader to sell the stock. The example of overbought is in September 2021. Unlike overbought, oversell is happen when it reached 20%. So this is the time for the trader to buy the stocks. For the recommendation, the KLK stock are suitable for the long-term traders. It is because the time for the stock price are increased, it take a few months. As we know, the more risk it takes, the more return they will be get.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is SITI NATASHA binti Ali BASHAH. Today I will talk about the plantation industry. I chose FGV Holdings Berhad. Company summary. FGV Holdings Berhad is a company based in Malaysia engaged in the agriculture business. This company's business includes plantation, sugar, logistics and other businesses. Trend line. This company shows a sudden drastic increase from February until March 2022. Then the trend line for this company increasingly shows a decrease, which is quite sharp from May until July 2022. Candlestick. Based on the candlestick chart above, it shows that in the middle of August until September 2021 and February until March 2022, there is a ascending sign that tells the price will increase. Support. This shows that the price on the support line tells the investor to buy the stock in the lowest price, which is 1.390, and set it at 1.435, and it is known as the best price for the investor to buy the stock. Resistance. Based on the chart, the resistance line can be seen at the end of October 2021 with the closing price of 1.428. Volume shows a sign of decline in the month of September to October 2021. Then from the May to July 2022, the volume also shows a rather steep decline. We continue to the moving average. Moving average short term and long term. As we can see, each moving average shows a different graph according to its color. For example, the colors of blue, red, purple are in the period of 20, 50 and 100 days. As for moving average 20, which is a red color, it shows 1.51, a decrease from May to July 2022. As for moving average 50, it is yellow color and shows 1.56, and the graph shows the increase from February to May 2022. Finally, the moving average 100, which is in purple color, shows 1.7360, which is rising steadily compared to the moving average 20 and moving average 50. Graph envelopes in the graph are green. There are upper, average and lower envelopes. From July 2021 to February 2022, the graph shows a gradual increase, but there is a rather sudden increase from February to May 2022. Bollinger Bonds. For this company, it is stated upper BB is 1.5353, median BB is 1.51 and the lower BB is 1.4847. Lower BB started to show a decrease from February to March 2022, but we move to the rate of change ROC. Based on figure 5 above shows that the change of FGV Holdings Berhad from 28 June until 22 July 2022. After calculating, we can get the rate of change, which is 2.3378. The RSI is overbought on 10 February until 4 March 2022, which is above the 70% line. Moving average convergence divergence MACD. According to the figure above, in early February until May 2022, the MACD line is above the signal line, while May until July 2022, the MACD line is below the signal line. The last one is stochastic. When we look at the stochastic analysis, if the price movement exceeds 80%, it shows that it is overbought. Meanwhile, if the price movement crosses to the 20% line, it comes indicating that it is oversold. That's all for me. Thank you for watching.
Genting highland plantations is one of the most significant impediments, is the very subjective character of technical analysis, is the presence of geometric forms in historical price charts, is frequently in the eye of the observer. In this paper, we will look at one specific stock price, Genting Plantations Berhad, and offer price entry and exit points for both long-term and short-term investors. Next is about the company summary. Genting Plantations Berhad was founded on 29 September 1977 as a private limited company. It started operation in 1980 as the Genting Group's plantation branch, created by the late Tan Sri Lim Gotong and achieved a listing on Bursa Malaysia, then named as the Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange in 1982.
Then proceed to the company review. Genting Plantation's land bank has risen by leaps and bounds since 1980, spanning across Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah and Indonesia. Genting Plantations strives to be a market leader not just in terms of scale, but also in terms of efficiency and production. Genting Plantations has garnered widespread acclaim among peers as one of the lowest cost growers, consistently producing yields above the industry norm. Genting Plantations now owns 12 oil mills with a total capacity of 995 metric tons per hour. One in West Malaysia, 6 in Sabah, and 5 in Indonesia. Now, I want to explain about the price and volume patterns. First is trend line. Based on line chart above, the trend line for the end of year 2021 shows there is downturn and continuous decline until early of October 2021. And during the early of January 2022 until March 2022, there is an uptrend shows which is in line for that 3 months. In candlestick, there is a significant sign in which uptrend sign was inclined. This is shows in end of March 2022, there is a bullish sign which tells the price will be increasing. While on the end of March 2022, the bearish sign was appear. Based on the both charts, the support line 2, 3 and 4 is on July 2021 until March 2022, which shows for the short-term investment. This shows that the price on support line are telling the investors to buy the stock in the lowest price. The resistance line that can be seen July 2020 with the close price at 9 ringgit, and the resistance line 2 is shows from July 2021 until October 2021, which is the price decrease from 8.5 ringgit to 8 ringgit. The volume shows downturn sign during the early of 2020. Instead of that, there is an uptrend sign where the volume of investor buying the stock increased drastically in March 2022. But it shows downturn which declined at the end of March 2022 after the uptrend. Next is the price trends forecast. First is in short-term perspective. Basically, the current price is within the Bollinger Band's upper and lower band. To forecast the price trends for the short-term perspective, which is within 30 days or a month, it suggests buying at 6 ringgit per share. As for the selling price for most either suggestion for now is at 9.5 ringgit per share. Second is in intermediate term perspective. Intermediate trend illustrates a good graph and can say obviously if the price will increase or decrease. On the end of September 2021, the movement of the price has crossed over the MA trend. This will shows that the price will be goes down, and this sign shows the buying activities where it is on a lower price. The last one is long-term perspective. In order to forecasting the stock price in the future, we can apply our information of technical analysis by doing analysis of the stock, such as looking on the Bollinger Bands. We can forecast the stock price based on the upper and lower band. As we know, the current price is within the Bollinger Band's upper and lower band. The recommendations based on the perspective before, the best recommendations for this part cannot be controlled by one particular standpoint of evidence. This part will suggest on the price range where it is not the exact price but its range price. In order to give a suggestion for long-term investors, they will look at the key point what is the best price entry for the whole year. The trend lines for the Genting Plantation's Berhad stock were currently on the bearish market. Overall, this company is the short-term investment because the price movement can be either drastically increase or decrease. The investor will get higher profits if they sell their stock on the early of 2022 until the early April 2022.
Next, I will proceed to talk about the Dhabi Plantation Berhad. Dhabi Plantation Berhad is a worldwide integrated plantation firm with its headquarters in Malaysia. The company participates in all aspects of the palm oil value chain, including upstream, downstream, research and development, renewable energy and agriculture. In its upstream business unit, fresh fruit bunches are mined into crude palm oil and palm kernel. Rubber is processed and plantation estate for oil palm and rubber are developed, cultivated and managed. Meanwhile, for its downstream division, was involved in the production and sale of refined oils and fats, the selling of crude palm oil, the refinement of coconut oils, the creation of biodiesel products, the sale of derivatives, and the crushing of palm kernel into crude palm kernel oil and palm kernel expeller. Next, after doing some technical analysis of the stock price of Sime Dhabi Plantation Berhad, I found some information including trend line, candlestick, support, resistance, and also volume. The above figure are the line chart and also the candlestick chart of the stock price history of Sime Dhabi Plantation for 2 years. The above information also about the trend line information, candlestick, support, resistance, and also volume. On the other hand, there is a price trends forecast in 3 perspectives, which are short-term perspective, intermediate-term perspective, and also long-term perspective. For the short-term perspective, Sime Dhabi Plantation Berhad's price trends are predicted for the short term or within 30 days or a month, and it advised purchasing at RM3.12 per share. As for the selling price, it is currently RM5.36 per share for the majority of ideal suggestions. Next, for the intermediate term perspective, Sime Dhabi Plantation Berhad has uptrend lines that start at the beginning of 2022, which is producing a bullish indication that will have an impact on the price rising in the future. However, the intermediate trend shows a good graph and makes it clear if the price will rise or fall. Lastly, for the long-term perspective, we can use our understanding of technical analysis to estimate the future price of stocks for a long-term viewpoint. To avoid losing money when buying a stock and keeping an eye on the long term, we need to be aware of company's performance. Last but not least, as for the recommendation, the ideal suggestion for this section cannot be controlled by a single piece of evidence. Rather, they will be based on a price range where the suggested price is not the precise price but rather a range price. They will examine the Sime Dhabi Plantation's trend lines and the main point of what is the optimum price entry for the entire year in order to make a recommendation for long-term investors. Even though its stocks has significantly increased, the current gloomy market is not helpful for investors over the long run. I think that's all from us. Thank you for lending your ears. Assalamualaikum.